Drafting an evidence by way of affidavit. Now, evidence to my mind is the most important phase of the trial, in which a lawyer comes to know that whether he is going to win a case or he is going to lose that one. Because it is through evidence only that we prove certain facts, we prove the facts in issue which we popularly are knowing as the issues framed in a particular case. The issues which are framed in a particular matter are to be proved by the parties on whom the court puts the burden. Now, first of all, the advocate who is going to lead evidence is to decide which particular fact, which particular witness is going to prove, what oral evidence he is going to give of the witnesses, which facts are to be proved by way of documentary evidence. And if facts are proved by way of documentary evidence, whether those facts would be proved by the primary evidence, or by way of secondary evidence. Let us discuss what are the things which should be kept in mind when we are drafting an evidence by way of affidavit. Let us start by saying that first of all, the plaintiff evidence is to start. So plaintiff evidence is to be given by way of affidavit. Now, in the background, a lawyer must keep in mind that whatever evidence he is going to draft should be relevant and admissible, because whenever an objection is going to come from the opposite side, the advocate has to justify it within both these parameters. He has also to keep in mind the three basic principles of the law of evidence. What are those principles? First and the foremost is evidence must be given of facts which are in issue. Second, hearsay evidence must not be admitted. And third is best evidence must be given in all cases. So these are the things which should be kept in mind while drafting or while leading evidence in a case. Now let us start by seeing what are the things a lawyer has to keep in mind while drafting an evidence by way of affidavit. First of all, there are some common things which we can find in each and every evidence by way of affidavit. The heading and title we would take from the title of the suit, and there are some formal things like I, A, son of B, resident of C, aged about so and so, do solemnly affirm and declare as under. So a declaration is being sought, a solemn declaration is being given by the deponent, and in the very first para, which is a formal para, which says that the deponent, being the plaintiff, is well conversant with the facts of the matter and therefore is competent depose by way of evidence by way of the affidavit. And then we should only write those facts to which that particular deponent is personally witness to. Evidence, oral evidence must be direct in all cases. Section 60 of the Evidence Act is very clear, which says that oral evidence in all cases must be direct. That we all know that it must be, if a person is giving evidence who says that he has heard it, it must be the evidence of the person who has really heard it. It must not be the evidence of the person who may have overheard it from somebody else and deposing before the court. that evidence is to be disallowed and discarded, and therefore that evidence is to be excluded from the evidence by way of affidavit. Then second thing is that we have to keep in mind that there are certain paras in a plaint which are legal in nature. Those paras should not be included in the evidence by way of affidavit. Those paras are, for example, paras relating to cause of action, jurisdiction, valuation, and other related paras like equal and efficacious remedy or etc. Those paras which are legal in nature, they must not be included in the evidence by way of affidavit. I have seen many lawyers even writing prayer clause in the evidence by way of affidavit. That is not at all required. What you want from the court is not required, because the witness is only going to depose about the facts and no more. So evidence affidavit should be short and precise. If you are going to draft a long affidavit, then the cross examination obviously will be a lengthier one. So we should discourage, and we should not include those things in the evidence by way of affidavit which are not at all required. Then obviously in the end there is a verification, and verification is must in each and every affidavit. One important factor in evidence by way of affidavit is when we are exhibiting documents. If we are exhibiting documents, then we have to see that whether there are certain documents which are admitted by the opposite side, because it often happens that in admission denial of documents, there are certain documents, certain facts which are admitted by the parties. So those documents are given a particular exhibit number like P1, P2, P3 or D1, D2, D3. So if we are exhibiting those documents in the evidence by way of affidavit, then we have to be very careful that we give the same exhibits number to those documents. Then a small thing which should be there is that the evidence by way of affidavit should also be exhibited, because this is the only statement on which we are relying upon, and also the signatures of the deponent should be verified at point A and B. So these are small things. One more thing is that if we are giving, because now in most of the cases what we have seen, that electronic evidence is being given. Electronic evidence is being given, and there is one small requirement, then there has to be a certificate under section 65B of the Indian Evidence Act. So we should be very careful that if any electronic evidence is to be tendered, then there has to be a 65B certificate. A 65B certificate should not be casually drafted. There are certain requirements that are given in the Indian Evidence Act. Those requirements, their requirements are small, but you have to be very careful that those requirements are included in the 65B certificate. What are those requirements? Now these are small requirements which I have written. Now if a 65 certificate is given, 65B, then there has to be a averment that, let us say that it is an email which we are producing in a court, and that email has been taken out from a computer. So it must be written that this computer was being regularly used to store or process that particular information. It should be included that the deponent has the lawful control of that particular computer. It should be written that the information derived was regularly fed and the computer was used in the ordinary course of business. It has also to be included that the computer was operating throughout, because it might be that the email is around 1 year old. So we have to put this averment in the certificate that this computer is working properly throughout till the date when this printout has been taken. Now one other thing which I want to share is that document may be proved by a primary or a secondary evidence. Now, as primary evidence can also be given, a secondary evidence can also be given. The only requirement that if we want to give a secondary evidence, then we have to take leave of the court that why we are not able to produce the primary evidence before the honorable court. Once we are able to satisfy the court that the primary evidence is not within our reach, is with the opposite party, or is been destroyed or lost, then the court grants us leave to prove that particular document by way of secondary evidence. Without taking leave of the court, we should not give secondary evidence of those documents in the court. Now, whether electronic evidence is a primary evidence or a secondary evidence, this is also a thing which the court has now set right. That court has held that if a printout is being taken out of an email, or if there are certain things stored in the hard disk and they are being taken out in a form that they are being copied to the, let us say, a floppy disk or a pen drive, then those obviously are a secondary evidence. But if that hard disk is produced in the court, then that becomes a primary evidence. So these are small things which we should take care of while we give evidence by way of affidavit and while examining our witnesses in the court of law. I think that these small things will help